Machephy Eduworld.
So a particle undergoes circular motion. A particle undergoes circular motion such that theta is your angular position, varies with time t given by theta is equal to some constant, let us say 10 sine pi हमारा constant है t, 10 sine pi t, where theta is in radian and t is in seconds. Theta time का function है. You have to find first thing theta at t is equal to 1/4 second. Second thing, find omega at t is equal to 1/2. Then find alpha at t is equal to 1/3 second. Solve this. Differentiation याद रहना चाहिए. And remember यहाँ पे sin pi t है, सिर्फ sin t नहीं है, तो चेन रूल अप्लाई करेंगे. ओमेगा और अल्फा फाइंड आउट करने के बाद फिर t की वैल्यू पुट करना है. Bharvi, can you tell me the value of theta at t is equal to 1/4 second? Yeah, this will be 10 sine pi/4. Pi/4 is 45 degrees, so 5 root radians. And how can I write omega as a function of time t? That is ten pi. Sine का differentiation is cos pi. So I need to find omega when t is equal to half. So t को half put कर देंगे, and that would be 10 pi cos pi/2. Cos pi/2 होगा 0. So omega at t is equal to half second will be 0. There with cos pi/2 will be 0. अच्छा, then tell me alpha. Alpha क्या लिख सकते हैं? After differentiation, minus 10 pi square. Sine pi t. So if I need to find time at alpha at 1/3 second, that will be minus 10 pi square sine pi/3. Sine 60, that is root 3/2. So minus 5 root 3 pi square, and unit will be radian per second square. That will be the answer. Okay, any doubts in this?
So can you tell once again?
कौन सा वाला part?
तो मुझे समझ नहीं आया कैसे करना है.
अच्छा, मुझे see theta as a function of time t given है, तो t is equal to 1/4 पे find out करना है, तो t को 1/4 पुट कर देंगे, तो ये आ जाएगा 10 sin pi/4. Sin pi/4 is sin 45 degree. Sin 45
Okay.
is 1 by root 2. क्लियर है?
हाँ सर क्लियर है.
ओके. उसके बाद डिफरेंशिएट करना है, तो डिफरेंशिएट हम इसको डायरेक्टली नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज ये साइन डायरेक्टली टाइम का फंक्शन नहीं है, इट्स अ फंक्शन ऑफ पाई टी. तो यहाँ पे हम चेन रूल लगाते हैं. So you can write it like this कि पहले you can differentiate d theta with respect to pi t and then you can differentiate pi t with respect to time. ये function of pi t है, so that will become 10 cos pi t. And this whole thing pi t का differentiation t के respect में, pi is a constant, so सिर्फ pi आ जाएगा. So this will become 10 pi cos pi t. तो ये चेन रूल है. अगर चेन रूल याद नहीं आ रहा देन रिवाइज योर ओल्ड लेक्चर्स. वीडियोस तो ऑलरेडी अपलोडेड है, बट इन केस ये नोट्स में भी लिखा होगा ये चेन रूल, हाउ टू डू इट. ठीक है.
ओके सर.
हाँ, सिमिलरली फिर से डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे, फिर एक और पाई आ जाएगा बिकॉज पाई टी को फिर से डिफरेंशिएट करना पड़ेगा, लाइक दैट. ये हो गया. देन लेट्स डू वन मोर. Alpha is given, a particle is undergoing some circular motion. And alpha is given as a function of time. Alpha is written as 12 t square. Alpha is in radian per second and t is in seconds. A particle undergoes circular motion such that it starts from rest at t is equal to 0. And alpha is given as this thing. So you have to find first thing omega as function of time, and second thing theta as function of time. So alpha दिया हो, omega और theta find out करना है, then you have to of course do the integration. First, you have to find omega as a function of time, and then you have to find theta as a function of time. Then find omega at t is equal to 2 seconds, and then find theta at t is equal to 2 seconds. You can assume that initially the angular position is 0. Try these 3 questions. Integration करना है proper, और यहाँ पे integration by substitution करना है question number 3 में. So अगर याद नहीं then go through your pages, starting में जो integration by substitution पढ़ाया था, and revise that. Pi t को कोई तीसरा variable ले लेना है, like that. And look at another function. 5 pi square. Okay, so this is your alpha. Now so omega or theta find out. If you face any difficulty, do ask, don't shy away. अभी as I said कि हम syllabus को slow ले जा रहे हैं जब तक rotational नहीं आ जाता. So take your time to understand this and ask each and every small doubt. सब कुछ clear होना चाहिए mechanics में. When you go to 12th standard, we won't be getting much time to revise all these things. So yeah, if you have any doubt, do ask. सर्कुलर मोशन इज एन इजी चैप्टर, ये पूरा रिलेटेड है हमारे काइनेमेटिक्स, बट स्टिल डोंट फील शाई टू आस्क एनी डाउट।
सर
या
थीटा की इनिशियल वैल्यू 0 है ना?
यस, यू कैन टेक इट एज 0।
सर एंड थीटा की वैल्यू नेगेटिव आ सकती है?
थीटा की वैल्यू नेगेटिव आ सकती है, ऑफ कोर्स। थीटा पॉजिटिव है एंटी क्लॉकवाइज मोशन हुआ, थीटा नेगेटिव है क्लॉकवाइज मोशन। हमारा जनरल कन्वेंशन होता है थीटा अगर एंटी क्लॉकवाइज है, दैट इज रोटेशन इज लाइक दिस, so we take it as positive, rotation is like this, so we take it as negative. Then can you tell me the answer for the first one? What is omega as a function of time t?
सर ओमेगा इज 4 into t cube.
4 into t. And theta as a function of time t?
Theta is equal to t raised to 4.
T raised to 4. What is omega at t is equal to 2 seconds?
32 radians per second.
Yeah. Radians per second. And theta at 2 seconds?
16 radians.
16 radians, right. Did you also get the answer for the second one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and third one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me answer for the second one.
Sir, omega is equal to 9 into t raised to 4 minus 4.
Minus 4, correct. Then theta?
Theta is equal to 9 by 5 into t raised to 5 minus 4t.
Minus 4, right. What is omega at t is equal to 1 second?
5 radian per second.
5 radian per second. And theta at t is equal to 1 second?
Minus 11 by 5 radians.
Correct. Okay, tell me omega is a function of time t in this case.
Omega equals minus 5 pi cube into cos of pi t.
क्यूब नहीं आएगा यहाँ पे, इंटीग्रेशन बाय सब्स्टिट्यूशन करेंगे ना, सो पाई से डिवाइड होगा।
Okay, sir.
I'll do the first thing. अल्फा को लिखेंगे d omega by dt, so that will be 5 pi square sin pi t. So d omega will be 5 pi square sin pi t multiplied by dt. इसको इंटीग्रेट करना है, ओमेगा इज वैरिंग फ्रॉम 0 टाइम टू 0 dt. सो ओमेगा विल बी, यहाँ पे इंटीग्रेट करने के लिए पाई टी को कोई थर्ड वेरिएबल ले सकते हैं, लेट अस से पाई टी इज z, सो dz by dt विल बी पाई. सो जब इसको इंटीग्रेट करने जाएंगे तो ये वैल्यूज पुट करनी पड़ेगी बिफोर वी डू द इंटीग्रेशन. सो 5 pi square इज अ कांस्टेंट, sin pi t की जगह sin z लिख सकते हैं, एंड dt की जगह dz by pi लिख सकते हैं. तो एक पाई कैंसल आउट हो जाएगा और sin z का इंटीग्रेशन विल बी cos z. So this will become omega is 5 pi cos, sin का इंटीग्रेशन हो जाएगा माइनस cos. So अपर लिमिट पुट करेंगे तो माइनस cos t आ जाएगा और लोअर लिमिट हो जाएगा 1. सो ये आ जाएगा 5 pi 1 minus cos pi t, बिकॉज cos 0 होता है 1. सो प्रॉपर इंटीग्रेशन करना है, नहीं तो फिर गलत आंसर आएगा. यहाँ पे ओमेगा आएगा, ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू 5 pi 1 minus cos pi t. Got it?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, ओमेगा आ गया, देन इंटीग्रेट फॉर थीटा. So I think if you integrate this, you'll get 5 pi t cos का integration sin तो 5 sin pi t. और t is equal to 0 पे हाँ 0 आना चाहिए. So this should be the answer.
हाँ सर.
t is equal to हाफ पे ओमेगा कितना आ जाएगा?
So 5/2 pi.
सी यहाँ पे cos pi by 2 आ जाएगा. cos pi by 2 is 0, so that will just come as 5 pi.
सर एक्चुअली मैंने फोर्थ का आंसर बता दिया गलती से.
अच्छा, फोर्थ का आंसर कितना आएगा? 5 pi by 2, राइट?
या
5 pi by 2 और sin pi by 2 1 होता है, तो 5 pi by 2 minus 5, this much radians. Okay.
या
Let us do one more. किसी को कोई डाउट है इस क्वेश्चन में? Right. अच्छा, next particle starts from west, everything is same. Okay, so I'll ask the question is like this. Omega is given as a function of theta. Or yeah, omega is given as omega varies as k theta square or k of root theta. Theta omega varies as k theta square. Yeah. ठीक है, omega varies as k theta square. First, find alpha as a function of theta. Find alpha as a function of theta. Then find omega as a function of time. Then find theta as a function of time. So first वाला part कैसे होगा? Can anyone tell me? Arjun, do you have any idea? Omega as a function of theta दिया हुआ है, तो alpha कैसे find out करें? Sure. Yeah, can you tell me the formula? Alpha और theta को जो relate करता हो? तीन differential equations बताए थे. तीन equations in differential form. Vaishnavi, can you tell me the relation? How to omega as a function of theta given है, तो alpha के लिए क्या लिखना चाहिए? See, omega पता है तो d omega by d theta आ जाए, and we have alpha is equal to omega d omega by d theta. That is a third relation. From there you can find alpha as a function of theta. Omega को put कर सकते हैं, फिर डेरिवेटिव लेके यहाँ put कर सकते हैं. Question we solve it and tell me the answer. D omega by d theta or multiplied by omega कितना आएगा?
K theta cube upon 3.
K theta cube upon ये हो जाएगा k theta square और d omega by d theta हो जाएगा 2k theta, right? So alpha will be 2k square into theta cube. This is alpha as a function of theta. Now see, alpha as a function of theta पता है, alpha को हम लिख सकते हैं d omega by dt. That is 2k square theta cube. But यहाँ पे I don't know the see this. There are three variables omega, t, and theta. So what I can do, I can do double integration of this. This alpha is d omega by dt is d square theta by dt square. That is 2k square by theta cube.
Sir, I didn't understand.
You can use a simpler method. पहला वाला समझ में आ गया ना ये वाला part?
हाँ.
Okay. So omega is a function of theta पता है. So we can directly write it from here. Omega is k theta square. So omega को लिख सकते हैं d theta by dt. That is your k theta square. यहाँ से लिख सकते हैं d theta by theta square is equal to k dt. And then we can integrate this. जब time 0 था तो theta let us take it as 0. जब time t था let us take it as theta. We can integrate this to find theta as a function of time t. So 1 by theta square का integration हो जाएगा minus 1 by theta. This will be kt. But the problem is यहाँ पे denominator में 0 आ रहा है. So let me not take the initial value as 0. I'll take it as theta naught. Then this will give me one by theta naught minus 1 by theta, that is equal to kt, and I can write the final answer as 1 by theta is 1 by theta naught minus kt. Yeah, theta is equal to theta naught 1 minus kt theta. That is theta as a function of time t. Just like solving it, or theta as a function of time t aa gaya, then we can just find omega by putting this relation. For question 2, you can just differentiate this with respect to time. So उसको chain rule से कर सकते हैं. Theta naught एक constant है, बाहर लिख लेते हैं. Minus sign 1 minus kt theta naught by square, then k theta. So finally it will be k theta naught square 1 minus kt theta naught whole ka square. Take your time, solve it, and theta as a function of time t आ जाए तो differentiate it to find omega as a function of time t. So this is how, अगर omega दिया हो function of theta, you can find alpha as a function of theta and the other quantities as a function of time. इसको एक बार differentiate कर देंगे तो alpha as a function of time t भी आ जाएगा. Any questions up to here? Okay, so see, these are the three relations that we have studied here. I'll write them once again. So alpha is d omega by dt. Then omega is d theta by dt. And I'll put them in order. Omega is d theta by dt. Then second one is alpha is d omega by dt. And the third one is alpha is omega d omega by d theta. Or if alpha is constant, then omega equals to omega naught plus alpha t, theta equals to theta naught plus omega naught t plus half alpha t square, and omega square is equal to omega naught square plus 2 alpha theta minus theta naught. Displacement find out करना है तो theta minus theta naught साथ में ले सकते हैं. These are the relations that we have seen here. इसके अलावा we have already we also learned how to calculate average velocity, average angular velocity, and average angular acceleration. For that, the formula was average angular acceleration, average angular velocity के लिए it was delta theta by delta t, and average angular acceleration के लिए the formula was delta omega by delta t. Delta means finite values, finite difference of them. These are for average values. So these are the formula that we studied up to here. Now, there are a few relations with which we can relate the linear quantities, the angular quantities with the linear quantities. And so first we'll try to find a relation between the angular term and the linear term. This is a normal circular motion that is happening, and suppose you want to relate the linear term and the angular term. You can see यहाँ पे जो अभी वेक्टर के टर्म से पढ़ेंगे इसको r vector is continuously rotating और velocity vector is continuously changing. So velocity is continuously changing in a circular motion. So let us say you're starting your motion from here and have this relation agar there is a small displacement d theta for a small length traveled ds or a relation है r. So you can write कि जो displacement हुआ, no, the distance traveled that is equal to ds, that will be equal to r d theta, है ना? ds बहुत ही छोटा देखें अगर बहुत ही छोटे टाइम में जो डिस्प्लेसमेंट हुआ, that will be almost a straight line ds. So in that case, the velocity will be changing like this. Initially the velocity was along this direction, the velocity is along this direction. The velocity change हुआ है. If I divide both of these things by dt, ds by dt, and ये वाला side भी dt से divide करते हैं. See, d theta by dt, that gives you our omega. D theta by dt, that gives you omega. And what is ds by dt? ds by dt is how much length it has traveled. So itna length travel किया है, that means it will be v. What is v? V is the linear speed. V is the linear speed. So see, this particle, it is moving on the circle and कितना time लग रहा है किसी small portion travel करने में, that if you take that ratio, length upon the distance traveled in a small time, that will give you the linear speed. So V is equal to R omega. That gives you the relation between angular velocity and linear velocity. V is equal to R omega. That gives you the relation between angular velocity and linear velocity. So this is V is equal to R omega. Relation between angular velocity and linear velocity. Again, this velocity is along the tangent. No? This velocity is along the tangent. If you differentiate this again, that is dv by dt, it's a radius constant hota hai. I'll write it capital for some reason because constant quantities, so let us denote it with capital. So this will become r d omega by dt. What is d omega by dt? That we know, that is alpha. D omega by dt is alpha. What is dv by dt? dv by dt is rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity, and this is called acceleration. This is not the total acceleration. This is called the tangential acceleration. This is called the tangential acceleration because velocity का जो change हो रहा है, that is along the tangent. पहले velocity इस direction में था, अभी velocity इस direction में. So tangential acceleration, that gives tangential acceleration. So these two new terms we have here. First is linear velocity or linear speed is equal to r into omega, and tangential acceleration, that is r into alpha. And of course the basic relation ds is equal to r d theta, that you must remember. इसको भी यहाँ पे लिख देते हैं, that change in angle is equal to ds upon r. I should write capital R because capital quantities यहाँ पे represents the constant. These three relations also you should know, and you can derive these relations from each other. So these are the relation between linear quantities and angular quantities. Relation between linear quantities and angular quantities. यहाँ पे see, I have written V. So what is V? V is the speed, linear speed. So I'll write a statement that will be very helpful to you. The rate of change of linear speed, the rate of change of linear speed, speed की बात कर रहे हैं, velocity नहीं बोला मैंने, speed बोला है. The rate of change of linear speed gives tangential acceleration. I haven't told you about, I haven't said that it is rate of change of velocity, it is rate of change of linear speed. Or you can just call it speed. So rate of change of speed gives tangential acceleration. Gives tangential acceleration. And that is why some books, they like to write it like this. D mod of V vector by dt. Rate of change of speed. Speed matlab mod of velocity. Mod of velocity is the speed. Note this down. We'll continue from this in the next class. By this weekend, try to submit all of the questions of S.C. Verma up to chapter 6. The reflection. If you doubt it, you can ask me on WhatsApp. Note it down. That will be it for today. So we took this 8 equations and 3 equations from here. So if boxes बनाए याद रहेंगे तो अच्छा है. But of course, it is of utmost important that you know where they came from.